there's always a group of people, a group of personal board of directors invested in your success. A personal board of directors is a group of individuals you assemble in your mind for the purpose of navigating your career and life in general. This informal group typically comprises between 6 to 8 people, and who can help you with your professional development. And this 6 to 8 people will have to fulfill, consist of these five categories. Number 1, the connector, the informational powerhouse, influencer, mentor, and sponsor. The connector, this is a people person, one who knows and has a relationship with just about anyone. These people, their nature is they love to open doors. They love to introduce people. They love to help grow your network. You probably can think of a couple of people who are very skilled at organizing well-attended social events, or a couple of people that a lot of people know their names of. They could be your connector. If you have an issue, if you want to just want to expand your network, reach out to them and ask them to help make a new connection. Chances are they will be energized by the request, and if they do, you have just found your connector. Number 2, the informational powerhouse. This person always has a finger on the pulse of what is going on within the organization or within the broader business environment. Seek out this person when you need intel on the new trends, ideas, projects, opportunity, and so on. Spend time and build trust with them. Have them at least guide you to the right direction, given the information they know, without having to tell you exactly what information they have. Third one, influencer. To identify an influencer, pay attention to who is amplifying the voices of the team in meetings, advocating for their suggestions, and acting on them. This is a person who also typically a person where the manager listens to. Have you ever been in a situation where a manager just always say yes when one member on the team just bring out any solutions or any suggestion? That person could be the influencer. Could you identify someone on your team where your managers may not like or have a good relationship with, but everyone else on the team listens to that person? That is also another form of influencer, right? Influencers typically understand how things work within a setting and can help you get things done. Think about who has that natural skill set, and it's good to kind of build a relationship with that person too, because they may back you up next time that you need to ask, and it's important. Fourth, the mentor. A mentor supports your growth and development by giving advice, feedback, and guidance. The one thing that I will say is mentorship relationship goes both ways. If you find a mentor, remember to give them something too. Give them either insights or advice as well. It has to be both ways. Lastly, the sponsor. Unlike mentorship, the catch with the sponsor is that you don't choose the sponsor. The sponsor chooses you. The sponsors is always a very influential person in the company that can make a decision that can help you in your career. An example that I can give you was I shared that I was offered 9 roles within the 6 years at Google. And a lot of people, actually 60% of them who offer me a role, I've never worked with them ever in the past. And when they came to me with an offer, I was surprised. I know I can do it, but I was surprised of how they got my name, right? And I think that was because I had a lot of sponsors that speak for me when I'm not in the room. And the sponsor that I can identify in the company, which I have a lot, fortunately, within Google, I'll pay attention because I really spend a lot of time making sure that my solutions, my work ethic, and my integrity is what they want to support of. If you can acquire such group, the effect can be spellbinding. Your professional network will increase, you will have more chances, and you will be able to get into a role that you will be really happy to. I think we want to take some time to answer some of the questions from the audience.
Yep. Thanks, Haley. We've got a few questions flowing in. Okay. The most popular one is from Katrina. What if you tell your loved ones or your friends about your visualization, your future visualization, but you don't get the support?
I think that if you have a choice, you should always pick a partner that is supportive of who you want to be and where you want to go. But I also understand that the reality is family members that you don't get to choose in the situation that you're born into. Sometimes the reality will not change. Sometimes that is the reality where your family members will not ever be supportive of what you want to do. And that is because they have a set of beliefs that is so ingrained in them, and it's really hard for them to change. If that is your reality, think about what skill set you need to be successful without their support. Find permission to be successful from other people. Build a network, build a friend groups, family members, cousins. Find people who can fill in that gap for you. Believe it or not, when I got my scholarship, 3 of the Fulbright scholarship I got, and joined Google, stayed in the US, my parents were never supportive of that. They didn't want me to come here and study. They want me to stay in Malaysia. And it was a lot of internal battle. And I knew that I needed to still go without the support, and it was really hard for me because I'm really close to my dad. And but luckily for my situation, I knew that deep down my parents really love me, and I knew that my decision will be correct. And I also have this confidence that they will change their mind. I have this confidence that the choice that I'm taking will be so successful that when they see it, they will be like, you're right. So my situation is a little more fortunate that I'm able to kind of pivot things around. But I understand that it may not be the reality for everyone. If you can have that, remember to rely on external support from your friends and family.
All right. Katrina, I hope that answers your question. You spoke about influencers, mentors, and connectors. Can the same person fill all these roles?
They can't. The same person can fill all of that role. There's a caveat to that. I would typically would not suggest mentors and sponsor to be the same person. If they are proactively sponsoring you and you notice that, try to find mentor somewhere else. Mentor is someone who you can talk about the most silliest question and not having any effect coming out of it. They should not have too much of a power in influencing where your career should be. And it becomes more and more important as it goes up in the career ladder, because sometimes a sponsor really have to make a decision on who is going to lead a team that will cost the company $1 billion of investment. But if you have had a mentorship relationship with that person and they know that you may not be able to do it and the risk is too high, their sponsorship may not be strong enough for you to take on that opportunity.